泣き言だってこぼしたい油断も隙もありはしないきっと一度返された手のひらは何度でも返されるだろうって常にあって僕は何を学ばされる諦めか裏切り愛か逃げ道
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another review by Ryan, and you probably heard a little more pep in my announcement because on this great Tuesday, June 21st of 2022, I forgot that this was a show that dropped on Tuesdays and not Wednesdays, and I've been doing all my reactions on Wednesdays for this show. So imagine my surprise when I was going to do my In the Heart of Kunoichi Tsubaki reaction to realize that the season finale of Tomodachi Game is now live. We are here. We are back. Guys, I have been glowing about this show. I've actually talked to a number of my anime watching friends behind the scenes about the fact that this was really one of those, in a way, slept-on shows of the season that not a lot of my friends were watching at first, and not a lot of people were watching at first until we really started kicking into the second half and realizing, whoa, this show might really be onto something. Regardless of what you've compared this show to, comparing it to Squid Games or anything else, this show has definitely had us on the edges of our seat for most of the show. And while some of the resolutions have been simple in nature, it's been complex trying to determine if those simple solutions were going to be a thing or not, thanks to a very dynamic cast of characters. All of the characters that have been present here, with the exception of, let's maybe say Shibe, have been particularly sus. Like, you know, we're just gonna say it what it is. Suspect as hell. And I have never, at any point of watching this show, written off any of these characters. I never wrote off Yuichi as being the main person. I never wrote off Shiho as being the main person. I'm really gonna talk about her in a moment. I have never written off Tenji, and Tenji definitely seemed like to be the mastermind of chaos with all of this. Yutari, despite her performance in trying to get Yuichi to come on her side, I never wrote her off. And Shibe really was the only one that I could truly say I wrote off, just because he genuinely didn't seem to be the type of person that would be trying to destroy this entire group or put any or bring anyone down his path. Now, while obviously we can't write anyone off because of the nature of this show, I highly doubt that he is a factor here. And obviously in the last episode, you all saw that he's now going to jail because his father's dead. So, and yes, Depp is now taking a very front seat role in this last episode, and there's a lot happening. So as you guys saw, Yutari has been taken captive by who I believe is one of the masterminds behind all this. We've been seeing this person in the opening trailer, and this person is now front and center now, and it looks like things are about to happen to Yutari. So before we start the season finale, I don't know if there's a disclaimer on the episode or not. I'm just going to go ahead and just prematurely say this right now. We may have rapey elements involved in this final episode. We may have assault and verbal and physical abuse present in this episode, and any of you that do not like those type of elements should tread lightly going into this final reaction. Now, again, I did not actually see a pre-disclaimer when I was getting the video set, so we may actually not have that present to the extent that they feel a warning is needed. But just keep in mind, if what you saw at the end of last episode was any indication, these elements may be present. So with that said, this show has been one hell of a ride. I have greatly enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have greatly enjoyed it too. And it looks like from a community standpoint, the community has collectively enjoyed it, because in both the ratings for Anime Trending and, of course, the one I use, Anime Corner, as you can see on the screen, Tomodachi has consistently stayed in the top 10 list for a vast majority of this season. I think it only fell out that list one time, and it stayed in the top of the list, and really in the top 5 of the list for the last 3 or 4 weeks, getting as high as I think number 3 or number 2. So Tomodachi is a show that I did not expect to be as good as it actually ended up being. And while I know some people will say that they overcomplicated things with the story, which is why you don't like it, I kind of like these little twists and turns that we've gotten here and there. And I actually think in this story, and again, I haven't read the light novel or the manga or whatever it is that the source material comes from. So obviously, you know, you light novel readers or manga readers may have a different opinion how the season has been presented. But as a anime only watcher. The only thing I really wanted a little more of is being able to really dive a little deeper into the management, something that looks like won't really happen this season. Obviously, we had Maria that was thrusted out into the swing of things, but now she's went back and relayed the message that, Yuichi basically declared war against them, which has now led us to the events of Yutari being held captive, along with a whole bunch of other things, and a special game happening now. So, with that said, it has been a pleasure and a journey watching this show, reacting to this show, and I'm sad to see it end. But all good things must come to an end for now, and it is time for me to stop talking and to put the headphones on and to prepare ourselves to watch the final episode of Tomodachi Game season finale, episode 12, titled What's Most Important to Me Is. So, I have no idea what to expect, guys. I'm so hyped. So let's go ahead and get this final episode of the season started in 3, 2, 1. Oh shit, I cannot wait. I've been waiting all week for this episode. Kuroki, oh. Yo, they must have called that man. Yo, Maria must have sent that man in because she was like, this man is really threatening us now. Let's wake him up for a moment here. Who the hell is this person? Well, I just said we didn't really get to dive too deeply into management. Maybe we're going to get some answers here. Also, no disclaimer. Surprising. So, maybe my worst fears in this episode have already been alleviated because I was really concerned something rapey was getting ready to happen here. I miss this groovy opening too. It's such a good opening. As it's been for many of the shows this season, a really strong season of anime for openings and endings. It's going to be hard to select my favorite. Week 1 game. What the hell? But I'm pretty. I swear, can't catch a damn break. He's gonna be fine. I'm sure he was prepared for worse. What in the hell is going on? Yo, this game is totally a threat because Yuichi triggered them. Damn. Y'all ain't shit. Being if there's more pain and physical abuse happening in this episode than the last one, I'm surprised this episode didn't get the disclaimer. Yuichi! This man don't give a damn. No, you're not. Knew it. Knew it. Y'all just a bunch of sickos. All y'all in this damn game is a bunch of sickos, man. Especially after what happened earlier. Y'all aren't shit. Oh no, y'all don't understand. Y'all done made a mistake. I mean, honestly. I mean, literally, this man's a murderer, though. Y'all think stabbing him through his hand was gonna be enough, though? Oh! What you gonna do? Yo, what is this man? What you gonna do? Oh, shit. He's gonna antagonize him with another game. $10 million. You're gonna give them $10 million. Who? Who is this man? Rock, paper, fucking scissors. Yo! Oh, a 10 minute on top of the one that. Yo, this man Yuichi is a. Yo, if you are an admin, you've screwed this whole thing up. What in the? I was gonna use the other hand, but okay. I guess it's the point. See? That's what I was saying. Did you? Yeah, I was about to say you missed such a fundamental point. How'd you miss that? They got they got money on the line. But y'all be stupid to hit him though when he got the money. Oh! Was this not even supposed to be part? Oh shit! They weren't even. Oh, they weren't even part of the game. Yeah. You may not come back alive. Oh! Oh! You started this shit. Bruh! But I thought you didn't throw your friends out like that. What happened? What happened, bruh? Oh, all the blood loss. Man, you got lucky. That's what I'm saying. It was simple. He was just simply mentally messing with you. Because he never eliminated the other hand. That's why I'm just saying, what the heck? Yes, you did. Which is what he really was aiming for. Fucking Maria. Damn. Damn, but management coming through. That also proved that management isn't as terrible as they seem. What the? Oh. Never mind. Just as quickly as I said today, they just won't kill anyone, but they still trash. Exactly, as he's already said that he has plenty of money. Patras. Friendship Guilt Court. You're fucking with me. Y'all ain't nothing. Y'all ain't nothing but hot garbage for that. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. I wanted great satisfaction in watching Rishi just cut that man's fingers off. Honestly, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Okay. So, on the terms of cliffhangers, that was not particularly the greatest in the world, but it was big. And and by greatest, I just mean a lot of things happened here at the end, and we've now been immediately thrusted into the last game. Into the fourth game now, because now I think it's safe to say we don't know how many games exist at this stage. And if it was said, I'll have to rewatch, and if I find out that it was said at the beginning, I'll make sure in my written review to write that in the review. But I don't know how many games there are, so at this point I have no idea what's happening there. Positives and negatives. So first and foremost, there was definitely a lot more stippy stabbing and blood and other things happening, but no rape. And I'm very happy about that. And so, because if rape had happened, because lately there's been a lot of that kind of going through quite a number of shows that I would not particularly want it being an element, and it might have slightly lowered my rating of the show if that had been the case. I'm very happy to say, and happy that all of you have now seen that it did not happen in this episode, so thank goodness. And Yuichi, we definitely saw that Yuichi is a lot more than meets the eye. Like, the man, clearly, first off, money is not an issue, so clearly the debt wasn't his problem, because he has plenty of money. So he's a murderer, he has plenty of money, he's conniving, and that man was ready to off a whole bunch of people up in there. Specifically, the man who said he won't go rat his friends out and then immediately went to throw his friends out high and dry. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to wait for the second season of this show, because it was intriguing enough to me that I need more. I need answers. I need answers about management, because clearly they also have a moral compass. They're not about people pretending to be the actual management. And also, at least to what we can see so far, they don't particularly, no, I won't say they don't particularly murder people, because we still don't know who was behind Shibe's dad's death. If it was just Shio's father, who I believe is head administrator, head honcho of the game, or if it was some other entity altogether involved that hasn't even been presented yet. But either way, there's definitely a lot more questions and answers, and so that leads into my negative. I walked into this episode planning to give the show a 9 out of 10 if they had fully kind of closed up one end of this and then kind of left us on a cliffhanger of the next game. But the trial, it starts right where the trial is about to start. Things happened really fast there, and then the episode ended. And I hate when that happens. I don't like I'm cool with cliffhangers. Like, case in point, I just finished rewatching Classroom of the Elite, because I had to rewatch in preparation for the second season. And the monologue that he gave in that was a perfect cliffhanger. It literally had me on the edge of my seat. Every last word, with the music and everything in the right way. This cliffhanger was fine. It was fine, but it wasn't perfect enough for me to say that it was an 8, that it was a 9 out of 10, or higher. So what I think I'm going to settle on, given how much we still have to cover and many of the mysteries that still have to be played out, and of course, who the hell set Shibe up, and just everything in between, I'm gonna settle on an 8.5. 8 for Mal purposes. Again, I feel that when things really start unraveling even more than they did in this episode, that I'm gonna be mind blown once things start unraveling. But for me personally, that didn't happen this episode in the way I would have wanted it to. And so for that reason, I'm not going to give it the 9 yet. But I'm going to leave the door open for a 9 or greater for this show. And I pray and hope that a second season comes, because they're really on the right path here. I think they just had a little bit too much that was going on here at the very end of the episode. But that's my personal opinion. I haven't looked at any of the comments yet. I haven't looked at YouTube comments, discussion boards, anything like that. So after I finish this reaction, I'm going to go and see how all of you are feeling. But I think 8.5 is an appropriate score for me for this show right now, and for Mal purposes, an 8. I think the show did a lot of things right. I really like the suspense of the games. I like the way that they did things. And above all, I'm very happy we didn't have rapey happening here at the end of the episode, which would have knocked my rating just a little bit, because it would have been such a cliche, such a typical thing that happened. Even though we had quite a bit of typical things happen, with the typical impersonating mastermind want to act like they're part of the game, but they're not, and they're going to go rape or kill somebody and this and that to get their way. Obviously, they were willing to hurt people, but there was a lot of blood here. But it was just nice not having to see the rape thing play out here. So, yeah. But with that said, a very enjoyable show to what has been a very strong season. I'm going to wait for the rest of the shows that I've been watching this season to finish, so I'm obviously not going to say in this reaction where Tomodachi Game fits in, whether it remains in my top 10, whether it's fallen out of the top 10. I'm not going to say this. I'm pretty confident this is going to stay in my top 10, though, even despite the fact of me having to slightly lower the rating I was going to give it. But very enjoyable. Very, very enjoyable. Definitely was on the edge of my seat. I definitely was excited in this last episode. just didn't like the way the cliffhanger was done, just a tad bit going into this season finale. But alas, that is my final reaction to the first season of what I hope will be a multi-season show. Guys, it's been an absolute blast getting to react to this show. I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this show and found something out of it that ended up being one of your favorite moments of this anime season. So with that said, thanks a lot, guys. If you did like the reaction, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. We have a number of other shows this week and next week that are going to be wrapping up their season finales, including Spy X Family and Kaguya-sama. So obviously a lot more reactions to go before we're totally done with the spring. Also, please check out the video on my profile for summer 2022 lineup to see all the shows that I will be video reacting to for the summer season. So with that said, it's been a blast, guys. Thanks a lot for watching my Tomodachi game reactions, and I definitely hope to see you in a second season of this show whenever such an announcement comes. But until then, I hope to catch you guys in other reactions, and I'll catch you guys in another review. Take care.